There we are, Clark. That's us live in the tasting bothy for another evening or another few minutes of tasting. No, hell, evening. I mean, that would be good to be
Yes.
So, and you've sent me over a wee bottle to try. I'm presuming it's whiskey in it. It's not just a wee bottle full of.
Well, the presumption would be that it's one of them.
Oh, it smells amazing, and I've only just poured it into the glass. Yes, the Deanston Virgin Oak, that's the one. That's exactly what I have.
Good.
So last week. Yeah, that's what you've gave me, yes.
Yeah,
so this time last week we were sorry?
Carry on.
Taking away an object. I was just saying that this time last week we were just coming home from having been to the Stirling Distillery.
Oh, that's right.
For a wee visit,
That's right.
which was quite an interesting evening or interesting afternoon.
Yes, it was good.
Yeah,
we had four.
I think there's a. Yep.
We had four unusual halves that were really, really very nice.
Yes, ranging from 7-year-old to 14-year-old, I think they were.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So 2 14-year-olds at the end. So that would be a 7 and a 10, a 12-year-old in there as well. I did think the Auchentoshan, though. I did like that Auchentoshan.
So did I. Yes, I was very surprised because it was nothing like any Auchentoshan I've ever had.
No. And I think the other part which was good for tasting with them was they were all 50%. So there wasn't all of them had that same ABV. Yes. So it meant that we tried it both with and without water, which was good because normally I would just drink whatever it is without water because I prefer it without water. Even some of the higher percentages I still like just to have on its own. Occasionally I'll add a wee drop of water to it. So, but it was good because we got the chance to try 50% right across the board, and each of them we were able to try with and without water, and the difference that the water made to them, was quite interesting. Particularly that Auchentoshan, I thought it was nice without water, but you added a wee bit of water to it, and it was a stunning dram. So yes, and I'll look forward to when they produce their own spirit because they're not at that stage yet. So, but obviously, yep. But well worth a day if.
Aye, we enjoyed it.
If anybody was watching us here tonight and we're looking for a wee weekend that trip out, then lovely wee kind of heritage building that they've got hundreds of years of history within the building itself. Been very, very tastefully done up and restored to how it was. So it was great. Anyway, let's get on to tonight.
No, just a second here. The biggest surprise of the whole day out for us was the fact that it used to be the Temperance Hall.
Yes, but it's quite funny. I know a number of temperance halls that seem to have somehow managed to become pubs and nightclubs and everything else. So it must be something to do with the Angel Share,
Anyway, I'm not going to put them back from this drama any longer than we need to.
Well, no, because I'm getting a bit of a drought here. I'm needing to get wet my whistle a wee bit. But it's lovely. I like the colour of this. You're going to give me some notes for our wee book. So, Deanston Virgin Oak, that's as much as I know.
Deanston Virgin Oak, and it's at 46.3%.
Okay.
So that's quite a potent wee half, isn't
it? It is. I've not brought any water with me, so I'll not be adding any.
Well, I've got some water with me because I was drinking it.
Well, that's no use to me though, Clark, because it doesn't travel very well through this Tinterweb thing that we've got set up here.
So it's Virgin Oak casks, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I did a wee bit reading.
Right, it first matured in ex-bourbon cask, and then finished in Virgin Oak.
Ah, right.
Ah. So it starts off an ex-bourbon.
Right. Cool. So that'll give us that. There'll be a wee taste in there of that bourbon, which should be quite nice. But I must admit, I do like the Virgin Oak finish. You know, that whole creaminess that you get from the Virgin Oak cask. So but we'll see how it goes. And today's date, Clark, is the 19th, just in case you were wondering for your wee book.
Thanks very much. Right, good.
I do like the colour, eh? It's a lovely colour, lovely amber colour, Clark. No age statement, this is. Yeah.
Good. Right. Let's have a look at it then.
Right. It's a lovely colour, lovely amber colour.
Yes.
Really enjoy it. And again, if I remember rightly, this is non-chill filtered, so there's no colour added to this. They don't add any colours to it. This is just a true representation of what it is coming straight out of the barrel for them. So, which is good. So, shall we get our wee noses and stick it inside and find out what we're getting?
I think we should, aye.
Okay.
Right, come on then, let's do this.
Let's do it. Oh. First thing that hits me is how zesty it is, Clark. It's got a right lemony zesty nose to it. I find that quite peppery. I'm actually finding that. I maybe stuck my nose too far in the glass because it. Oh, but even away from the glass.
It's got the usual vanilla and kind of honey notes as well, but I see what you're saying about the zest.
Aye, yep. It's got that nice Virgin Oak vanilla nose to it.
Yeah.
You're right. Wee bit of vanilla on the background. And I get a kind of smell of like fresh green apples for it. Goodness, that's. Oh, I like that. First marked in. Well, let's have a wee taste and we'll see what we think of the taste of this.
Right, come on then, let's do it.
Right, slange, mate.
Cheers.
A mouthful of barley sugar.
Right.
It's really sweet. It's really sweet.
Very sweet. It is, eh?
Dearie me. That's what it's like. It's like barley sugars.
Right, that's right. That's what it's like. Like sucking on barley sugar, right? It is, eh? I'll just write that down because that's as good a description as I'm going to get.
Very sweet, Clark.
Very.
Then you get that wee hint of toffee that we got in the nose and the vanilla that come with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the finish on it, it's got quite a kind of light spiciness to it. I find that just to kind of cross the top of that bit of my gum and a wee bit of nice. It's quite honeyish in its finish.
That's right. You
Sweet
can
honey.
smell that on the nose.
Yeah. And you get left with that sweetness of the oak cask that's here as well. It's very light. It's very light.
It's very light. It's very light, aye. Mm-hmm. I think I enjoyed it more the second swing than I did the first one.
Oh, I've not had a second swig. I never noticed you had a second swig. You snuck that in there when I was looking.
Absolutely. I do the same all the time. Try and get an extra one in. Aye, that's a pleasant half.
It's not remarkable though. We've had some really nice drams over it. It's a nice drinking dram. Again, if it was somebody you were introducing to malt whiskey, this isn't offensive in any way, shape, or form that they would have them turning their nose up. It's not got any peatiness. It's no harsh. It's not giving you that burn. Even at 46%, it's not giving you that burn down your throat. I'm maybe a wee bit disappointed with the finish because the finish is quite short.
Aye.
That might be the only bit that I would say I'm disappointed with.
The only thing it leaves you was a numbness across the top of your mouth. Your lip is like having been to the dentist.
Yeah. Just across the top of your gum.
Yep. Aye, once you've swallowed it.
And it leaves a kind of, I'm getting left with a kind of green grass type flavour just on the edges of my tongue.
All right.
I don't know if that's just coming from for the Virgin Oak, that woodiness, that kind of flavour.
There is a woodiness to it, that's right.
Yep.
It's
quite a simple. It's quite peppery. I said that, very spicy.
Very. There's no burn in your throat, but when you've swallowed it, your mouth feels.
You've definitely got that on your tongue and your top of your gum. Yeah, it's leaving you that kind of spiciness to it. No, I'm enjoying that. That's good.
I do like it. We've maybe been spoiled with the past couple we've had. But it is nice.
I don't think so. I don't think we can be spoiled by any of them that we've had. Spoiled with spoiled. Well,
I'm quite happy. That's fine.
And that's very nice, palatable malt whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a couple of years since we were up in Deanston when we did our factory visit to Deanston, and had a few drams when we were there. So, this is nice. Just reminds me that it's one of those ones that, you know, when you look at some of these local ones that we've got, you know, our Rosebanks, our Deanstons, you know, when we tried what was the one for Linlithgow we tried right at the very beginning. We had one right at the start. At St Magdalene's, we did a St Magdalene's as well.
Right,
away back. So that's going right back to when we first started doing this whiskey tasting together, and the St Magdalene's. So they've all got that kind of same. And even when I think of what we tasted last week, which were all kind of local whiskies to the Stirlingshire area, they were all
a Highlands. It's supposedly a Highland whiskey.
I'm kind of stretching that a wee bit, I know. I mean, it's not on the right side of the River Teith. It's not on the right side of the River Teith to be a Highland malt. I might have said if it was on the other side of the river, on the Doon side of the river. Aye, they would have been. That's closer to the Highlands than Deanston is, to be honest with you.
So if it'd been up in Doon, you'd be all right.
If it'd be up in Doon. Up in Doon. So
I'm enjoying it. I like that. I think it's a nice hat.
Aye, my overall impression is it's a nice dram.
It is.
I'd quite happily sit with my feet up beside an open fire during the winter, fire roasting, and have one of them.
You wouldn't be embarrassed to give that to your pals when they were in.
No, that's for sure. So, have you scored it yet? Have you put Have you put numbers down on your wee booklet for scores on the doors? Come on then, right? Okay.
I have. Right, so I've given it 21s the whole way apart from the palette, which I've put at 22. So I've got a grand score 85.
You have?
Because I like it. I do like it.
Right. Well, you might be disappointed in me then.
You've scored it lower than that, but no, I like it. I would quite happily drink that. It's quite.
I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. It's the palate that's let it down for me. I've scored it an 80, Clark, which is unusual for us because that's quite a big bit apart for you and I. Very rarely am I below your score. It's usually the other way around about. You're normally lower than me. I always kind of err a wee bit higher than you, but we're never more than 2 or 3 apart. But to be 5 apart's quite a. But again, I think it's for me as a finish of it. You know, it's quite a short finish. I like something that sits in my mouth a lot longer. You know, once I've had a mouthful, I can sit and just let that kind of run through my tongue and my mouth and whatever else. So that was a bit that let me down on it, and I scored that quite a bit lower. So I maybe need to try it. Maybe need to try it. Maybe need to try another one. Maybe I underscored that.
You have another couple of swings then, do No, I like it. I like a Deanston. I've never had a Deanston that I didn't like. And
as I say, I don't dislike it. I mean, it is full of flavour. There's loads of flavour in it. Lovely malt whiskey flavour. It's quite waxy as well. It sits on your tongue when you first take that mouthful. It's quite waxy.
Yeah.
Well. So I do like that. Not obviously as much as you do, but I do like it.
I'm going to do a wee experiment here by seeing if I can put just a little bit of water in here without drowning it.
Be careful now.
We'll see,
just in case.
How that was. Well, luckily enough, I've got the rest of the bottle here.
Didn't fill that with water.
No, that wasn't the plan at all.
No.
Right, let's try it with a drop of water.
Okay. I'll need to remember and bring water with me the next time I come up.
It takes away a lot of the pepperiness. It just, to be honest,
which is a bit that I like. Which is a bit I like.
I think all it's done is dilute it. Actually, it hasn't really changed it a great deal. It's just diluted it.
No. I mean, and I quite like the pepperiness that comes from it. So next week we've got an interesting week.
Aye.
Because next Sunday we have Cliffman, the whiskey chaser, as he gets called by, because he's a marathon runner. He does all these kind of marathons and ultra marathons, and he runs about to distilleries. He runs so many miles every month, and he measures them by the distance it is between distilleries and whatever else. He doesn't actually run from distillery to distillery. You know, that would be just madness. But what he does is he'll go out and I'm amazed at the amount of miles he can put in, this boy, in a week. But anyway, he's a good friend of mine, and he has given us over 2 wee cardboard boxes, but this kind of size, that have got 4 drams in it. So there's three drams that we're going to be tasting. We know nothing about them. We don't know what ABV it is. We don't know if they're Highland, Lowlands, whatever, island malts. We don't know any of that. He's not giving us, he has, it's all inside an envelope, he tells me. So we'll need to look at that. He doesn't tell us the casks or whatever. So it's going to be a bit of entertainment for us next week as we look at doing a blind tasting on these. But he's also does the same as you, Clark. He puts his whiskey into a bottle, but but he does it slightly different because you put the end of your bottle in.
So you've got all the Solera.
To make your Solera, aye. So
I've only did that for a while, but I've got Solera sitting in my cupboard up there.
Aye. So he was telling me that what he does is he puts the first dram out of his bottle into it.
All right.
So he gets his bottle, pours his dram, puts it into his Solero, and so he does it with the first dram rather than what's left, because then he knows everything's got the same amount in it. Because some bottles you would have maybe less left than in others. So he knows that everything's got the exact same measure in his bottle. So he's given us that to taste as well. So we'll have four. So we'll have 4 drams next week for us to find me. Cliff's going to join us. In the tasting bothy, and he's going to take us through it. So we'll just be guinea pigs next week. So
I'm quite happy.
So am I. I'm very happy with that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll drop it off to you this week at some point. And it's, as I said, I had a wee look in the box to find out what was there. So as I said, they've got the box, we've got the envelope. We do not open it. He's got wee whiskey chaser like seals on the bottom, which I thought was quite funny. So we picked pictures of the whiskey chaser, and he's got that sealed on the bottom of the envelope. So I'm looking forward to that next week with Cliff. So
really good.
So if anybody's catching up on this tonight, viewing it, and they want to find out, so they can do so, and they'll find us in the tasting bothy next week. So, but anyway, we'll sign off just now, Clap. We'll finish off this wee dram, but we'll sign off with everybody else. We're on just over 20 minutes there now, so we'll let everybody get off and do what they're going to do, and we'll catch up soon. But good evening, everybody, and all the best to you. We will pick up soon on the tasting bothy. Look forward to catching up with you next week. For those who watch this, after the event, didn't watch it live, all the best to you. Have a great time, and Clark and I will see you again soon. Cheers now. Bye-bye.
Cheers.